Hey cloud gamers, with Stadia being the talk of the town as far as Cyberpunk 2077 is going, we thought we'd have a look at the high frame rate versus the visuals mode in both Chrome and Chromecast Ultra. Starting with the Chrome footage here, then we've got forced 4K in a 1080 browser with the visuals mode or the quality mode on the left and the high frame rate or performance mode on the right. As we look out here in town, we can see a huge difference between the two here. And we can really see that performance hit is massive on the quality, especially in Chrome. It does seem like it's a 1080 upscaled image regardless of the resolution that you're actually running at to get that frames per second. As we move over to the Chromecast Ultra footage here, we can see the difference between the high frame rate and visuals mode is not as obvious at first glance. But once we move inside, that all changes. You can see the differences here on the visual side, gives much more detail there around the smoke effects, and if we look at the building directly in front at the back, we can make out the windows a lot more clearly. Looking at the floor here, we've got much more shine as we're moving around, and we can see that the visuals one is definitely capped at 30 frames per second, whereas high frame rate is pushing for 60. As we start going down through the corridors, then the difference between them becomes extremely apparent. The cost of those frames per second is huge as far as the quality is concerned. And even though I prefer frames over quality a lot of the time, I think the difference here is just too great. If you are playing this on a 4K TV, you are going to want to take the hit for the 30 frames per second and go for the quality mode here. As we go full screen then for looking at the visuals mode, this is how I would expect the game to look, and I'd really hope that they can push for 60 frames per second later. Again, as we come down into the town section here, looking at the character model of Jackie, and then the food store here, this is the quality I'd expect from Cyberpunk. Now, as we move over to the high frame rate mode on the Chromecast Ultra as well, again at 4K, we can see that we're getting that 60 frames per second as we're moving around, but it looks extremely blurry at 4K. It's just this bad at 1080 as well, I find, in Chrome. And it is quite a letdown for Stadia, considering the difference between the 30 and the 60 frames per second as far as the quality mode is concerned. It does feel that they could have pushed the quality a little bit higher to try and hold that 60 frames per second. Again, as we come back side by side running through the town, the quality mode really does shine versus the performance mode here, and I don't think I'm going to be using the performance mode going forwards on Stadia because it just looks terrible. I hope you guys are looking forward to Cyberpunk 2077, and let me know in the comments below what mode you're going to be playing in. Thanks for watching, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the latest across all cloud gaming platforms. And we will see you next time.